Welcome to the Instagram Pipe Makers Club podcast.
I'm your pal Jeff.
Mm.
Hey, bud,
Uh,
what's your problem?
how you doing today, buddy? Nate, you want to read the challenge?
Yeah,
He looks so ready.
Right?
I'm trying to find a tamper. This is the one time I was smoking this.
Here.
That somebody took my tamper away from
Hey,
me.
we're all pipe smokers today.
I know. I'm so excited. Sorry
Have you
about
been
that.
wearing that hat all day?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a hat, dude. What are you talking about?
Were you wearing that hat all day?
Your hair looks pretty disheveled in the picture.
Does it?
Yeah.
You look like the guy in
You're a
the
greasy
guy in the
homeless
wheelchair
man.
from Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You're a greasy homeless man right now.
That's fair.
If I was Sarah, I wouldn't have let you in the house.
Luckily,
She's not here.
she's not home.
That's why you're in the house.
That's right. Okay,
Stranger danger.
so the challenge for this month, Jay Furman said, okay, took a bit to decide how to do this going forward since we focused on December with November's challenge. As the pieces will be shown in the month of the challenges intended, let's continue with that and see how it goes. For January, a new year, a new you, a new shape for you. Any shape. Let me rephrase that now for the challenge. Any textbook traditional shape following all the rules of the design that you have never tried before. And I will search your Instagram with a devil face. The traditional shapes of pipes are often these days glossed over with all the exotic adornments and freestyle, freeform, and freedom taken on the deviation of them. The actual textbook design for, oh, sorry. The actual textbook design of, for instance, a billiard can be one of the most difficult to create. The bowl height is 1.25 times as high as the diameter. The stem is 1.5 times the shank length, while the overall length should be 3 times the bowl's height. So research for a traditional shape you've never done, pull out a calculator and some calipers and see what you can come up with. For this one, I wish you luck. This one's a true challenge of skill and the understanding of your equipment.
Yeah. They're all very used to doing a shape or I'm not even going to say a shape, a pipe. They're used to making a pipe. They're used to taking a block of wood, drilling two holes and putting a plastic straw in one end, and we light fire to the other. So taking away all of the freedom of freestyling and going into traditional shapes. And there are rules to all the shapes. That doesn't mean that they're stuck in the mud rules.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Well, think of exactly. There are some rules that can't be in order for it to be a shape. Like there's a difference between a bulldog and a Rhodesian. And the biggest difference is the shank itself. You can't have a Rhodesian with a diamond shank because that'll essentially be a bulldog, right?
Mhm.
It's called a Bulldesian.
A Bulldesian, right? And I'm sure they have those in designer dogs, mutts. But having them really dial down into a traditional shape is not as easy as I think people believe it is. So you really have to watch the measurements and know your equipment because you have to know what you can do with the equipment you have.
Yeah, I know like it's been discussed before about how every shape is basically a variation of a different shape. Like was it Kevin Foster I think was talking to us one time and was saying like
Dublin.
yeah, the Dublin or there was like two or
Volcano.
yeah, volcano Dublin, billiard and everything else is some sort of variation of one of those traditional kind of shapes. And a lot of the stuff you see anymore, like you were saying in the announcement or the post, is people's own little twist on certain things. So I think it's interesting because as a novice pipe smoker myself, I don't I don't know what the rules are for like what makes a billiard. I had no idea it had to be 1.25 times the diameter on the whatever you said. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I didn't know that those rules are written down anywhere. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think that's very interesting.
there are actually specifics to the different shapes. Um,
State law.
but yeah, stay low. But if you're in England, yes. But then taking that and changing it or altering it or extending or shrinking and I don't know. If you take a billiard and you alter it in some way, technically it's not a billiard anymore, but it's a shape based on a billiard. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I wanted them to just go to the actual traditional shape and go from there.
There's a traditional shape made by one of our makers.
Can't see the stem. Oh, there you go. Who made it?
Kevin Foster.
Uh,
Really? That's who made mine. A less traditional shape.
but yeah,
It's like an
see,
egg bulldog.
exactly. Right.
An egg dog.
Egg dog.
All right, we ready to get into this then?
What's the matter, Kirk? Are you not having a pipe shaped like something else today? Go on.
You guys see it?
Yeah, we
I
see the
see it.
logo.
Okay, see the logo. Okay.
Yeah, we see the logo. Don't you see the logo?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Never mind.
I mean, what can you say about Kevin Foster? He doesn't know how to make a
Devil.
pipe.
He makes a good pipe.
I don't know about that. No.
It's a great pipe.
Mm.
I mean, look, that bulldog right there
Mhm.
is the epitome of just a beautiful bulldog. I mean, look at it. First of all, his color palette really hits me. And the
Yeah.
fact it was a commission for somebody bothered the hell out of me. It's just a beautiful piece.
Well, not only is it commissioned, but it's a twin to a previous pipe he made, I think, that was a straight bulldog, right?
Yes. Look at the lines on that. Can you zoom into that top left?
The top left, dude, those lines are insane. That
Right
is
there.
such a beautiful piece.
I mean, look at it. You look how crisp that line is on the shank.
Hmm.
The top, the bottom. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. His color palette is beautiful. That insert, and this is what I really, really like. You see how he used the stem material on the shank side of the insert?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's just gorgeous.
Hmm.
That line around the bowl, phenomenal. And the blast. I have to imagine that when you make a pipe like that, and those lines are so crisp, when you're blasting that, you're like begging that you don't hit those lines.
Yeah.
Because once you take out that sharpness, it ruins it. Really nice. Those are like the Ukraine colors.
Hmm.
He has another one coming up. Go to the next one. There you go.
Oh. Mhm.
This is the matching one, right?
I believe so. That's the one that
Okay.
I think was a commission set.
Yeah, I think I know who has those.
Now, which do you prefer?
I
Straight or bent?
I like the straight one.
I like the saddle bit on the straight. I like the way the straight one looks, but I prefer the bent one.
That bent one is just gorgeous. It's so elegant.
It is.
For my personal smoking, I would prefer the straight one, but of the two, if you just ask me which one I like better, the bent one.
I think I would prefer the smoke. I like bent pipes in general, usually more.
I just
I
love that.
I,
I
I
love
love a
the
straight
perfect curved lines.
Yeah.
Exactly. I like a straight bulldog, but I also like a bent bulldog. But it has to a bent bulldog really has to be crisp. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
really on the money. And that one is. I would take the bent over the straight.
On both of them, I like the how he left the concentric, between the no man's land between the concentric circles.
Mhm.
He left it smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a nice touch.
You think he tapes that off? Is that how you do that?
Mm, I would assume so.
Well, since we're all just smokers and not pipe makers,
I mean,
Hey,
I've blasted other
I don't
things.
care how you're a pipe maker. You made one and you never put it in.
I could have smoked that pipe. Um,
The one
it
that you made for
would
this
not have
month?
been pretty, but
The one that you made for
I
this month?
destroyed it during making. So
You still could have posted it up.
I posted a picture of what I was proud of, the drilling.
Yeah. All I saw was a hole.
Thank you very much. I lined up my airway and my bowl lined up great.
Did you see the video that Sean Ream just did? Making that pipe and lining up the holes and running the pilot through the shank and then drilling out the shank and then a pilot through the chamber and then opening up the chamber and then
Yeah.
finishing it by hand.
Watched it like 4 times.
That was I was going to say, that's just a phenomenal video. He really he made it very simple to understand just visually. He made it look easy, put it that way, which is, I know is not, but I would probably lose a finger or put
I
a
don't want to
joint-
excite you guys, but I bought a lathe today.
Really?
Bought a machine lathe.
You bought a machine lathe?
I'm
Mhm.
a
Is it in your garage?
And what are you going to make with it?
It's in my truck.
What are you going to make with it? Candy canes?
Well, as of right now, probably just turn down some pieces of metal to learn how to use the thing. But
I'm going to make drill bits. All right, go to the next one, Girk.
I'm gonna make pin gauges that I may be able to use on pipes one day.
I was talking to Nate King, and I'm gonna write a program to just turn some like Delrin tendons or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see how they work for him or whoever.
Kirk's gonna be the new dealer of Delrin in the industry.
Right? You want a Delventana? I know what I got a guy.
Captain Delrin Kirk.
Jerry Nelson. Boy, he has really progressed and grown. That pipe is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The finish on the bottom is so shiny. It is literally like a mirror in that middle top picture.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot see the shank in that image.
I was very confused about what was going on with that picture.
It's not as shiny as you think.
What do you mean you can see the grain of the log underneath it in the shank?
It's not as shiny as you think. It's probably just the lighting. It's outside.
Why do you
Pure
have the
sunlight.
pipe? Did you buy it?
I'm smoking it right now.
Are you really? That's funny.
And this is the first bowl I'm having from it.
Mm.
I saved it for today for you guys. Wasn't that nice of me?
It was. Why don't you tell us what you think of it?
Oh my God. It smokes. It's so light, first of all. I mean, I love a pipe that it's very difficult to make a pipe that looks substantial, but at the same time is light enough to clench comfortably, almost like you don't know. And I don't know if it's completely because of the age of the briar or how it's shaped. I don't know. I don't make pipes. I just enjoy them, and just a beautiful piece. He did the same thing with, the smooth ring inside. The sandblast is only on the upper part of the bowl
Mm.
and in the lower part, but not at the bottom of the shank. It's just a gorgeous piece. Can you zoom into that top right over his logo? Right there. You could see where the sandblast is and then, where it ends.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
very
like I
cool.
said, leaving all those lines nice and crisp. His stem work is really something else. This is very comfortable.
I dig it.
Yeah, it's a great looking pipe.
Mhm.
And I mean, my side, this is like, I don't have a tape measure up here. I think it's just about 5 inches and maybe inch and a half tall, but it's got a perfect size chamber.
I said the bowl looks a little short.
Well,
I mean,
the
I don't know the exact dimensions of what a bulldog's supposed to be like, but that's shorter than what most bulldogs are.
well, see, that's the
Just-
thing. You can have a tall bulldog, you can have a short bulldog, you have a squat bulldog. You know, I have a Cermak pipe here where, I mean, it's very shallow.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it looks short as in like a negative of it. I
I don't. I
One of the
understand.
things that could be contributing to the lightness is that it's got a short bowl on it. Age of the briar is a big one, obviously. Um, but yeah, I dig it. It's a sweet pipe.
So bulldogs don't have the same standards for, as far as like the rigidness of the height of the bowl has to be 2.567 times.
With bulldogs, no, not the same as a billiard, only because you can have a squat bulldog. Like you can't have a squat billiard because that would be
Yeah,
more pot shape. So you could have a squat bulldog because what's making it a bulldog essentially is the ring and the diamond shank. If it didn't have the ring and it didn't have a diamond shank, this would just be a Rhodesian. It would actually just be a Rhodesian if it had a round shank.
Okay.
You know, so those all fall into that family. And then from there, you can, there's a variety of shapes that come from it.
Yeah, I have a bent Rhodesian from
Jason Patrick.
no, what's that really nice guy that's is he French?
Bruno Nuttons.
No, he's not French.
Tristan.
Yes, Tristan Pipes, thank you.
I only have one more to go. Chris Harriet.
Yeah. Tristan. I have a bent Rhodesian from him that's like it looks like a flying saucer. Like, I mean, I love that thing.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one from him that's like a very large saucer.
I think like bent bulldog slash bent Rhodesian, that kind of I do prefer the bulldog, but I just love that shape. That is probably my favorite shape ever.
Yeah, your face fits a bulldog shape.
You look
I
like a
remember
bulldog.
watching. I remember watching one of the mystery reviews that Smoking Pipes does, and Shane was talking about Steve, how he gave him a bulldog because the bulldog or somebody had said it. This is the pipe shape for your shape of face, and there is something to that. I mean, look, if you put a little petite meerschaum inside, you know, Nate or Justin, it wouldn't look great. You put it in Kirk's mouth, and it won't look terrible.
Hang on,
but,
hang on.
yeah, go get it. Exactly.
Would
Thank
have
you
fit
for
exactly no matter what it looked like.
Thank you for proving my point.
All right. Next is a video.
Ooh.
If that is not like the epitome and classic Ben Poker, I don't know what is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Looks like just like a 7LE 3 whatever KS or 311 or 3
yeah, I don't know that.
whatever the poker shape is.
Yeah.
the bend in the stem is this, and I mean this complimentary. It looks like Missouri Meerschaum. Like Missouri Meerschaum has the oh, what is that poker shape they have? I don't have one.
The wizard? Oh,
Oh, the Dagner?
the Dagner.
Is it the Dagner?
Well, that was actually
Dagner, the
done
one I
by-
have.
That was done by Dagner. Not
He
by
designed it, but Missouri
Right.
Meerschaum makes it.
Right.
I don't know. I love the layout of it. For some reason, right off the bat, it reminded me of something that would have been like a Missouri Meerschaum design.
And this is from Whitehead's art.
Like even the way that the stem goes into the shank,
Yeah.
it's just very reminiscent of Missouri Meerschaum.
That what do you call the button is kind of different looking. Like I've never.
Yeah, the top part. Can you roll that video so it goes sideways and then freeze it?
It kind of has like a P lip look,
I
except
thought it was a P-lip at first.
Right
That's
there.
exactly what I thought.
Now zoom into that.
I don't know
not
if
a
I
P lip,
can with
but it
it's
kind of has that look
Oh,
to
you
it.
can't because it's a video.
yeah.
You could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get. You know, you'd think. Look, if it was a P lip, the draft hole would be right at the top. You know, but
Right. We know that.
but
Come on,
you
Jay.
got it. I'm. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. You guys don't know anything. You know,
That's
but
true.
if if the draft hole was this would be exactly like a P lip if the draft hole was at the top the way it's shaped. It's just very meaty. But based on the weight and the shape of the pipe, I mean that's a large chamber. You load that up with tobacco, it's going to have some weight hanging off you. So I do prefer a little bit of more meat at the bit there when I'm clenching it, and I
Mm.
clench every pipe, or at least I try to. There was a company back in the 50s and 60s that made pipes that had a dental bit on it. Like if you wore or
Yeah.
yours or something like that, it was a very high extended bit at the top. So you'd be able to hold it in your mouth.
They still make that uh, tip for Falcon pipes. You know, you buy the Valcom has the base and the stem and everything, and then you buy the bolt separately, obviously. But most of the renditions or editions that they have of that style, they have a dental version that has the extra ridges and stuff.
Right, yeah. It has like those three lines or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. I always wondered what that was. Is for people with dentures?
Either dentures or
Or you ain't got no teeth in your mouth. You just hold them by the gums.
yeah,
Oh,
I think they sold them mostly in Indiana.
I was going to say Tennessee, but
Kentucky, right in the
Kind
middle.
of
Kentucky,
kind of looks
even,
like a
even Pennsylvania. I think I have one or two over here, someplace.
reminds me of
Oh,
like a dinosaur mouth.
mm,
You know what I mean?
Look, it's smiling.
Like, yeah, exactly. Hey guys.
oh, like a turtle.
this is what happens when you have young kids, I guess. Oh, I see Bluey.
Dude, I would smoke that
Yeah,
pipe.
Bluey.
Like seriously, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, I could definitely see you smoking that. And then
Ooh,
he decided to make a hawkbill.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know hawkbills existed last year.
Oh,
And
really?
I was talking to Kevin Foster, and I thought I was going to win the fantasy league last year. And I was telling him, I said, "Could you make a pipe where it's got a bent shank, but it's like all wood, like it's all one piece of briar, but the shank is bent and the stem is also bent?" And he was like, "I think that shape already exists." And I was looking through Instagram, and somebody posted one, and I was like, "Oh, it's a hawkbill."
Like I said, sometimes I wonder.
I don't know anything, man. I'll be the first to tell you.
No, but a hawkbill is a tough shape. And I remember Sylvia Gray talking about it because she started making them decades ago, uh, and trying to figure out how to drill it. And I believe she said upside down. You
Well, like,
turn the pipe the other way to drill it.
mm,
That I can't point at the screen right now, but like to drill that, your airway is coming down really close to the bottom of the shank, like real close, because you're coming in from the top and you're drilling.
No,
You're coming in from the
the whole idea is to drill it upside down, so you come in straighter.
right, but your airway still has to go the same direction. I
So
mean,
right, but you're not putting your drill bit. You're not starting up at the top part. You start at the bottom part. This from what I remember her saying, and I know Sylvia Gray makes hawkbills with her eyes closed, but he did a great job on this,
it's a good looking pipe.
and he just popped that out in like a day because he had nothing else to do after making the other one.
I love the way the grain flows. It reminds me of like a sunset for some reason.
Yeah, it was a nice choice of stem too, given the fact that he left the finish so light. It works. I like it muted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he used a metal lathe that was in the back of Justin's car.
That's very cool. Oh, speak of the devil.
And then you have Kevin's Hawkbill. Well, his rendition of the Hawkbill. This is going to one of your fantasy guys, right?
I don't know.
Is this
Yeah,
the
That you didn't win?
Yeah, nobody knows where this pipe's going. I didn't win, so I'm not
Who
getting
won?
this pipe. Who won?
Ha- Adam Piper down?
Piper down. Unfortunately, this is the second year in a row I got second place.
Hey,
It's almost like the
Place is
Lions.
first loser.
the tough part about second place is you can still go down. At least if you start at the bottom, you can always go up.
Yeah.
Amen.
Who knows what you're going to do next year?
This is a beautiful piece, though. He did the exact same
Nice
thing
segue, Nate.
with the the accent piece where he leaves a little bit of the stem material. He does it a lot, and I really like it. I feel like it breaks up the eye or like the look a little bit. It accentuates the accent piece, which I
Yeah.
think is cool.
You know what? It's not as drastic a bend, but
That's
it has an elegance to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would consider it a hawkbill as
It-
opposed to just like a bent apple.
That's kind of what I was thinking a little bit.
What's the bowl supposed to look like on a hawkbill? Like the first one that we saw?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a
like the
hawkbill to
first
me.
one.
I guess
Yeah,
the shank is
it's-
bent pretty good.
The
That's
shank
not,
is
that's not look.
instead of swooping up, it like swoops down.
It still swoops up. I mean, that's a hawkbill. I would call this a
No, I
bent
guess what I'm saying is on most bent pipes, your bowl or your shank curves this way, right? On most bent pipes. On a hawkbill, it curves this way. So it definitely has like the hawkbill look to it.
Yeah. I see what
Is-
you're saying.
Well, is there like a? Can any pipe be a hawkbill just how it's bent, or does the bowl matter?
Well, forget the bowl itself. It's the bend of the shank that makes the hawkbill.
And this definitely fits the hawkbill definition.
Yeah, so-
I think the J. Furman definition of a hawkbill.
Zoom in on that top left picture. I think the shadow is what's throwing me off here at the bottom of the pipe. Yeah, I feel like you
this
see the
one's-
bend better there.
You tell me how this one bends like the other one did.
Well,
It doesn't have
Green
as
is the other one.
much of a bend, but
So this is more of a bent apple than a hawkbill.
Okay. You're the expert here, Jay. We're all idiots.
Go to the other one. Go back to Whiteheads.
he takes over pipe and tamper. He thinks he knows everything.
He doesn't know how to go back, Jay.
Kirk. Go back to Whitehead. Okay. Now freeze it.
Oh, hang on, wait.
Freeze frame.
Memorizing.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. You see that drastic bend and then it comes out straight? I mean, think of a bird's beak. How many birds have you carved, Justin?
Quite a few.
Okay, so think of the bowl as the bird's head and the shank coming out as the beak. Now go to the other one. Go to Kevin's. And I'm not knocking Kevin's. I love Kevin's. But it doesn't have that same appearance as if it was a bird's head and then the beak.
I was noticing this on a different hawkbill that I saw on Instagram, and then I noticed it on Whiteheads also. If you look at this one where the top of the shank is in relation to the bowl, and then go back to the other picture or the other video, and you see how the top of the shank is even with the bowl almost
Yes.
right there in that picture.
And I've seen that on a lot of hawkbills. Correct. Now go back to Kevin's.
I
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. Jay Furman says that Kevin Foster sucks at making hawkbills.
That's exactly what I heard him say.
How about I don't think Kevin's hawkbill is as hawkbill-ish.
Yeah, Kevin, you suck at making hawkbills.
You know what?
You have
Kevin,
a great eye for every pipe except for hawkbills, you idiot.
exactly. Stay away from hawkbills.
We can't all be perfect, guys.
All right, go to the next one.
This is not a very good hawkbill.
This probably the best example of a hawkbill I've seen.
You see how it actually goes straight? A hawkbill is supposed to curve.
Somewhere this needs to curve. Zoom into the left there. All right. So he made a billiard. Okay. And he pretty much followed. I mean, I can't tell the measurements with from the angle and everything else. But you see the chamber, how high the bowl is? If you were to fold that over, it would cover the shank lengthwise, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much like what the measurements would be. From the side, I can't tell the sides or anything like that. I like when a billiard has those shoulders on the bottom of the ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what he tried to do here.
She's got
Zoom
nice
out.
shoulders.
If Nate starts rubbing his fingers through his hair again, Kirk, can you zoom into the other ones, please?
Oh, sorry.
Kirk's got something else going on over there.
I
A
don't know.
little bit.
Watching Bluey videos still.
No, he's looking at what the passcode of the Zoom meeting was.
Doobies.
Yeah. Okay. See, he rusticated the bottom.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of the top of an acorn. That rustication, the way he did it.
I wonder if
This is
that's
swollen.
glow material. So EP pours his own stem blanks.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
And
an
do
interesting
glow
color.
in the dark stuff.
I wonder what he uses. It's not acrylic. Like Eldrick has his own formula.
It's the same stuff that
Yeah.
Carolina Cumberland's doing, that
Right.
Craig Herzog's doing. It's just a resin pour.
Interesting.
I mean, look, with that color, I mean, on that finish of the Briar, you'd have to use something bright like that.
It's a nice contrast. Yeah.
You know,
Nice
if you
pop.
put black on it, I don't think it would have worked as well with black. That's a nice color that makes it pop.
I like the accent ring too. That brass.
I keep my eye gets drawn to that a lot, and when I'm looking at this, it just keeps going to that. I like
I
it.
think
That's why I don't like a lot of metal adornments because
I hate bling on pipes. I hate bling.
it just stops the eye. You know what I mean? It makes it a fixture and draws your eye to it, and then you don't see the rest of it.
any like bright color would look good on that, like turquoise or
Agreed.
Honolulu blue.
Oh my god!
Now we're talking.
All right, go to the next one. I'm on Honolulu blue.
Speaking of green,
Speaking of green, who made this one?
This was
sorry whoever you are, we don't know who made
Is this
this.
Whitmore?
I don't know. No, it's R. Brennigan Pipes.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Is he new to the club?
He's been in there. I've spoken to him a bunch of times about other stuff. And I put him into the group and into the Discord. And so he's actually been in there for a while. But this is his first pipe
Okay.
from any challenge. Zoom into the top picture, since that's the whole picture.
It's
There
pretty
you go.
freaking sweet. I love the rustication that he did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. And you see the shoulders I'm talking about at the bottom there?
Mm-hmm. Slender.
it just adds so much to it. It makes it look muscular but yet elegant.
It's hard to tell in this picture, but the top of the bowl is smooth and it's stained green, and it
There,
matches the stem really well.
There's
You can see it in that middle one.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Yeah, it's very
Mhm.
cool.
I have a pipe like that. I have a. That was my first commission. It was a poker. I did it for St. Patrick's Day, and it's a like gold stain, and then this green stem like this, and then the top and bottom are green as well.
That
This
explains
kind of
it
reminds
right
me of
here.
it.
Much more. You're Irish.
I think I might be more Scottish, but
Oh God. You know where you killed
Same thing.
I do wear a kilt. First time I met Justin and Nate, I was wearing a kilt.
It's true. I almost walked away.
I almost looked up.
That's
Except,
what I was gonna say. You about
except you were just so drawn to watch him uncross his legs, weren't you?
I kept dropping stuff on the floor. I don't know if Kirk was catching hints or what, but
You wanted to pick it up.
I brought a ladder in and everything, tried to get Kirk to climb it.
Put mirrors on your shoes.
They're after me, Lucky Charms.
Yes, Kirk coming in strong.
I think this is the
Wow,
first time you
that's
made a
a
good
good joke. This stem that he put on there, I don't know. He doesn't pour his own stem, so I don't know where he got it. But it's
Look
a
at the
perfect-
acrylic.
Yeah, but it's a. I don't like acrylic stems to smoke, but visually, I mean, it starts out so black and comes off green and tapers out to just green. Absolutely beautiful with this finish, and the green rim is, actually just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I say it looks like acrylic. It could be a resin stem. I don't know. I don't know where he got it. Could be a Carolina Cumberland.
Will you zoom into the middle right picture? I was trying to see the button on that.
Hang on.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is hard to tell.
One picture that has, it's cut off in the corner. The other one's too far away, or
Yeah.
This one
Okay.
might, maybe. Well, it's kind of
Bottom
it gets
left.
blurry as I
Yeah, you
zoom
can
in.
see it there though. Look, I like that. It's got a nice little button on it. That is a very. It looks like it fits the measurement requirements.
I'd smoke that pipe.
I would too.
I'd fight you for it.
I would let you have it. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
wow.
Oh.
You guys want some time? No, you can have time later.
We're in the same room right now.
I know.
No, we can't. We're both fat with short arms.
Playing footies under the table. They're both wearing kilts.
Joke's on you. I'm not wearing any pants.
I'm not wearing any pants. This blew me away. Absolutely gorgeous.
So what would you what shape is this? Like a bent.
It's not a very good hawk bill.
Not very cool.
I tried though. It's decent.
Just a billiard with a
a
bent
slight bend.
But here's the thing that you're not realizing: the briar and the stem material was all poured together.
Oh,
He poured the briar.
He poured a chunk of briar or he put a chunk of briar and then poured stem material in it and then hardened it.
Zoom into the
It was all one chunk.
Zoom into there. Keep going.
See the
Keep going.
shank?
Yeah.
Right there. Move up.
okay.
Yep. See?
No, no, down, left, right.
So
It's all poured together.
did he? So is the part that looks like a briar accent piece?
Everything everything from the accent to stem is separate.
Everything from the accent to the stem is separate.
Correct. So the stummel is what you see, the gray part there, I believe.
Correct. Yes.
So what I'm asking is that the briar looking accent piece, is it
On the stem side.
Correct.
It's on the stem side.
I believe so.
Oh,
So from the bottom of the insert to the bowl was poured with the briar and then drilled as if it was briar.
So
Shaped
from
and
looking at
cut
this
it
picture,
to
Nate,
bowl.
left of the accent ring
uh-huh.
is that stem material,
hmm
but that was poured in a like a sealed container with the briar, and then it was cut out like you would if it were briar.
Correct.
Oh,
Because you pour it's a liquid,
yeah.
it hardens,
Uh-huh.
and then you shape it. So he shaped it as if it were the briar shank, but it's actually the that resin, the stem material.
He's
Mm,
not getting it.
I get it.
He needs a microscope and a lab coat to understand this.
He has those.
I want more pictures. I'm
I know. I know. Yeah, right. If he had more pictures, it'd be great. That's a beautiful piece.
Mhm.
It- That's very cool looking for sure.
I like it a lot.
I mean, the stem is
Okay.
different. You know, I'm not sure how resin works when you pour it and make it. It's different than the portion that's used attached to the, or what was attached to the stumble end of it. If it was the same, that would have just been phenomenal. But you can see from the swirling, it's just not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh.
I just aesthetically, absolutely gorgeous. Love this.
Mhm.
I concur.
Yeah, it's very cool. But you're right though. I don't get it. I don't I don't understand how this happened. But it's okay. I can appreciate the
Took a chunk
beauty.
of briar and put it in the bottom of a mold, and then poured
You're sitting in front of a
resin material.
container in front of you.
The what?
It like okay, imagine taking a chunk of briar and putting it in a container, and then pouring the resin into the container.
And covering all the briar.
Well, not covering all the. Who knows? He might have had it taped off. I don't know. We don't know. But it covered at least that portion. Once it hardened, he pulled it out of the container and then shaped it into a pipe.
If you take a hot dog
I think he's
Put it in a
playing
bowl.
stupid.
and then you fill the rest with macaroni, Kraft macaroni and cheese,
Uh-huh.
put it in the freezer. You can then cut the macaroni into a shape.
It sounds like Jay's done this before.
Mm. Well, that's cool.
Go to the next one because
Check out his Instagram page after we get done here.
Jesus, I wonder who could have made this. ZZ. I still have your stuff here, guys. I got it.
Yeah, where are these? You told us we were getting pipes, Jay.
Yeah,
and
they're
Yeah,
here.
I thought Justin has been just holding mine until I saw him next.
No. I ain't seen nothing.
ZZ told me like 2 months ago that he shipped a box for us.
And I showed it on the last.
That was a month ago, Jay.
You weren't here for that one, were you, Nate?
No, you guys did it without me.
Yeah.
Very rudely.
And I haven't gotten to the post office. I'm the absolute worst with getting to the post office stuff because I have to get there at a certain time, otherwise they close.
That's how businesses work, Jay.
Oh God, the freaking lady that's at this post office, the one that I go to that's on the way. It's what she has a speaker playing with 50s music, and she just loud, and she's just so obnoxious.
Sounds like she's from Long Island.
I was just
Oh,
saying.
she's definitely from Long Island. It hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
Can't you ship stuff from work like normal people?
Yeah, but then it has to be. It doesn't work the same way with packages.
So this pipe by ZZ.
Yeah. So this is a
Everything
double.
I ship from work.
Obviously, it's a Dublin.
Mhm.
I was gonna say it's not a very good hawk bill.
No, and it's in complete ZZ form. I mean, like he has his own style where you can look at it now and say that's one of his.
Yeah.
Get the pipe sock that's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, either that's a big pipe sock or that's a little pipe. You know what I mean?
Where's my that's what she said button?
I know you got it.
Well, eh,
It's a beautiful piece.
How dare you?
close enough. Yeah, he doesn't do any rusticating or sandblasting or anything.
Mm-mm.
I can't tell if there's plateau on the rim or if it's just the finish.
I think it's just the finish because
Sure.
it kind of looks similar to the bottom of the
Zoom,
shank.
zoom a bit into the top there. It's just the finish.
Yeah. My young eyes saw that earlier. I was trying to explain it. I know you have difficulty seeing without your cheaters.
Well, they're for reading, and this is like 3 feet away from me.
Yeah.
This is a brutal episode.
But this is a beautiful piece.
Oh,
You guys are like bullies. It's not nice.
What can I
Yeah.
say?
Go to
What I
his-
do best.
ready for next one?
Well, they're also ZZs. So go
Oh, okay. Oh,
That bottom one's called a square hawk bill.
Did you not know there were 2 more there, Kirk?
no, I didn't know there was Yeezys. Like they look a little bit different.
No, these are ZZs.
Maybe it's just not the pipe stock included. So
You want to know something funny? You see the way he did the stem? It's chubby at the shank, and then it comes down real drastic.
Yeah.
I was never a fan of that. I wasn't really sure about it. Adam Sheehan, I have a pipe from him, which is a very stout pot-shaped pipe, and it had a stem almost identical to the bottom one there. And it had, well, let me tell you, what a comfortable stem. Clenches nicely, everything. It's very deceiving looking at that and thinking how are you going to hold that in your mouth? But it really does.
I disagree. I hate 320s for that exact reason. I
Well,
think
320,
Yeah.
you're about that 7.
like trying to clench a hot dog.
Well, how often have you done that?
I don't clench hot dogs.
Did you get into Kirk's, kill?
It's like clenching a cigar, right? Like I can't
No.
sit there
No,
with
it's not like
with a
that.
cigar clenched. I feel like I'm drooling everywhere because my mouth's open and
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll get used to that. You got to get a couple more $30, Padrones. You'll be
Yeah.
okay.
hey, let me tell you about a $30 Padrone I had one time.
I like 320s. Put a little softy bit on there.
I was gonna say that's
think
probably
they get
that's
more
the one.
uncomfortable.
I really knew that was coming.
That's the one pipe I would probably put a softy bit on.
It makes
have
it
a-
easier to clinch.
Does
I
it?
have a 321. It's a little bit smaller, but it's hard to clench.
I think that is the last of it.
No,
Oh, yes. Johan. I think this is the one that his cousin made.
oh,
His cousin came to visit him and made a pipe.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
We'll just call
Oh, he cheated. He didn't make his own pipe.
Oh, he did. It's coming up.
Oh,
Or is this the one that I think he was making a billiard or a poker. He hasn't finished it, but he is going to finish it just to keep himself honest with it.
Mm.
He did put another piece in next. This is Johan's cousin, and you can tell basically it's very similar to his style, considering he helped make it.
hmm
And we know Johan's, kitchen. But he actually didn't do a terrible job. I like the plateau. Go into the shank area over there where it meets the briar.
It reminds me of an Audi belly button right here.
what a great compliment for a pipe.
Lick this.
But in a good way. Like a hernia. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, since we're saying invasive thoughts, no,
Can this be considered the hemorrhoid section of the shank?
you know,
can we make that a part of the show from going forward? We can just say whatever invasive thought we want to say.
That's what this was.
And
Okay,
you guys are knocking it so bad.
Looks like flaccid manhood.
Never gonna make a pipe again because of you.
I like it. I think it's cool looking.
Nate likes howdy belly button.
Nate has one. Doesn't know what a different ninny looks like.
He did the hand gesture. He can flick it.
You can squeeze it all you want. Nothing's coming out.
Yeah. Geez, sorry, everybody hit that mic.
I think he did. If this is his first pipe, I think he did a pretty stand-up job.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, considering Justin would have made a second pipe, has nothing to show for it. And you were going to make a poker too, weren't you? Very simple.
I was going to make a poker. I made a poker. I just didn't finish it because it broke as I was finishing it.
You
It was
broke-
smokable.
Okay, I believe you.
I mean, I didn't have the stem shaped or anything like that, but it was drilled.
Now we
Lot was cut.
even though
Everything.
Johan helped him with this pipe, and we all know Johan has his own signature style of the granite and everything else. Go to the next picture. Next one.
Well, you don't want to see the video?
Howdy belly button.
No, go to the next pipe. I don't want to hear about his dirty belly button anymore. You got to clean that. one.
Dirty. And howdy you can keep clean.
There you go.
Oh,
Tell-
wow.
Tell me that's not Yo. If you saw that and asked who made it, you wouldn't be able to tell.
I know who makes that. That's Johan.
Talk about a 320 stem there.
Right? There's something about this. This is his version of a horn.
Yeah.
There aren't too many rules when it comes to horns, except that it faces the chamber is completely facing away from you. I don't think he has another picture that shows it, or he did, but I really couldn't tell from the pictures what it was or how it was.
Uh-huh.
Put this one up. But if you look at the style of that briar, the way it's rusticated or plateaued, the granite feel to it,
Yeah.
that's all him.
100%.
Take it for granted.
It looks like granite, his finish. He makes it look like quartz.
Which one is it? Quartz or granite?
It could be both. I don't know. My counter's a quartz.
I think about, you ever watch those movies
Oh, there we go. I put
where there's an old guy and he's got one of those horns he puts in his ear and he goes, hey?
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I see
The
this.
Patriot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Well,
that was such a great movie.
I mean, because it even has almost like the bowl at the end towards the chamber. It almost looks like it looks like oxidized metal almost, like the way he stained it.
You're supposed to smoke this through your ear.
That's what I was getting at.
Instructions weren't clear.
Yeah,
I
he has
love, yeah, I love this. I love
Until
this.
I can breathe through my ears.
The,
okay,
pa-
Aquaman.
the Patriot quote where he's like, permission to write to Anne. And he's like, of course you call yourself a man.
Yeah, that,
Permission to write me.
Classic.
The stem is a little odd, but it works for this. It almost has like a tulip type.
that's exactly what I was thinking. The stem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tulipy kind of shaped. I 100% agree with you. It's almost as if you had you were in the 1700s, 1800s. You had a lot of money and you had a very fancy hearing aid made. That's what I think about when I see this. An elegant ear horn.
So instead of
Johan's never going to make a pipe ever again after all.
I love Johan. I love this pipe. I think
Chamber just has wax.
this is awesome.
It's a pretty piece, but definitely horn. But I don't know now. Think about it. If you were smoking this and that bit was in your mouth, that chamber would be straight up. It would be almost more Dublin like, right?
Like a square Dublin.
Well, I think he's got the tip of the stem bent enough that if it was in your mouth, it's going to be facing straight forward. See how the stem bends at the top there?
if you put that stem in your mouth,
You're
trying to
clenching,
think,
you're letting it hang from your mouth, maybe, but
I
if
see
you're
what you're
clenching
saying.
it,
Yeah.
if you're clenching it, that chamber is straight up.
it's not a very hawkbill.
It's no, it's no, upside down. It is
That's what I thought too.
right. Either way, I think they all did a great job. Look, like I said, traditional shapes. You know, I've known pipe makers that try to make a traditional shape, a true traditional shape, and go through briar after briar trying to do it. Because once you screw up one line, one angle, one dimension of it, then it's not that anymore. So you're either going to turn it to something else or start over.
Yeah.
So this is just a huge effort.
You ever seen?
Did you say huge?
He did say huge with a Y.
Yeah, huge.
Have you ever seen?
How are you going to say it? What do you say, Hudge?
Huge, huge.
There's an H there, Jay.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Huge. It's huge. Like you two Utes.
What did you just say? You two what?
Utes. Is the proper way to say that? Hutes.
Youths.
Youths.
Yeah. Youths.
Oh, like the youths.
Utes.
Yeah.
You guys saw my cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Joe Pesci.
Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It was a great effort. Everybody did a great job this month.
Thank you, Kirk, for all of your technical know-how.
You really did a great job today, Kirk. That joke was great.
I'm glad to see you making an effort now.
I try.
As opposed to before when you weren't trying.
Play with your Lucky Charms more often.
Okay, well, for next month, Jay said, so I think he meant to say, so now something very different. I think Jay does a lot of talk to texting because
Rocket Mike.
yeah, because a lot of stuff he's like when I'm reading these, I really got to try to fill in the blanks here because there's hardly any punctuation and a lot of the words are wrong. But anyway,
It's written like a New York trash man wrote it.
You want I should read it for you?
no, it's I'll get it. I think he meant to say so something very different. As the zodiacs run mid months,
Oh, here we go. Zodiac bullcrap.
February, he's my favorite killer actually. February is both Aquarius and Pisces.
Zodiac Killer is related to Mike.
I can believe that. February is both Aquarius and Pisces. With that in mind, Aquarius being an air sign and known for originality, known by whom, right? And Pisces being a water sign and known for imagination, apparently. Nobody wants their tobacco wet while smoking. Any shape, any material, however, it must have an integrated wind cap, not the metal cap that you can buy for aftermarket, and actually made wind cap, either attached or removable, but it must be able to attach to the pipe somehow.
Yeah, I'm not doing this challenge.
Howard.
I'm not selling my pipes, and I don't want to smoke a pipe with a wind cap. It means I have to get out and walk.
Oh, it
You,
doesn't.
you can't make a poker with a cap on it.
I could. I don't want to.
I think it's a cool idea.
I think it's stupid.
I think you should make a poker that's shaped like a garbage can and then recess the rim so you can put the lid on top.
There you go.
That sounds like a Ted Billmeyer pipe.
Now, a wind cap, you should be able to smoke through a wind cap.
Correct.
I mean, you can't really make a trash can lid unless you made some kind of weird slits in it.
Well, you have holes in it. Same way all the others. I put a bunch of examples up.
Oh, bring those up, Kirk.
I didn't give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a
I
second.
just put it on the page.
No, do your job, dude. Come on.
Timu producer guy over here. Jeez. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but I like the idea. I think if I were to do this, I would definitely try to make like a wind cap that could like those old, which you shared some too, but I can't remember what brand it was, but there used to be a brand that made them quite a bit. Was it Willard?
I don't know.
Ollie Frank.
Wally Frank. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's one of the pictures I have up there. One I
And
have
And it's the one where it's like attached and it rotates down or whatever.
slides down. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a trick to the wind caps on how they go.
All right.
You can do this.
What is xhamster.com?
That's where he gets his Lucky Charms touched. Go ahead, zoom. Can you zoom into that?
No, I can't zoom in.
But that one in the back there is the one I'm thinking of.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You know, wind caps a long time ago were a big thing because everybody smoked wherever they were. So they were walking from one place to another, and if it was raining, they were still smoking.
Yeah.
So, companies made integrated wind caps. So that's what I wanted. Not just that little metal thing that you could buy for, $2.99 and put on top or however much they are,
hmm
but a pipe that just like they used to do. I don't care what the shape is. I don't care what the materials. I don't care what the material of the wind cap is. As long as you could smoke through it and cover the chamber, it's a wind cap. Whether
you
it's
light through a wind
integrated
cap?
like that or it comes off. What?
Can you light through a wind cap?
You can't light it through a wind cap. That would just be silly.
Yeah, what a dumb question.
Hey guys, you guys ready for this? Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
I don't know what it is, so I can't tell if I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Here's I went back to this is the resin pipe with Carolina Cumberland.
There you go. Nate, do you understand now?
Still doesn't understand.
There's some other pictures. Hang on. Here's
Nate, please tell me you're understanding it now.
Oh, now I get it.
No, you don't.
well,
No, you don't. If you
So-
don't say you don't,
that's not that no.
it's absolutely not it.
Some resin butt plugs.
So, okay, I see. I get it now.
Go back to the first one that you had.
Oh
Right
no,
there.
are those tampers?
Yeah.
Now, you see just creating the block.
hmm
Pretend that the whole thing is just Brio now. Now you're shaping it.
Yeah, that's what I would. Go back to the fourth one back. I didn't know because in my head I was thinking that the wooden accent piece, like if you had a block and you like drilled through, if you drilled through the block, but then like whittled down the shank, and then
You thought he was covering part of a recessed shank.
yes, that's what I thought was happening, and that's
Okay.
why I was confused. But
Right.
now I see what you're saying because that piece of the shank.
Those hand gestures were completely out of line.
I had to point it out. I'm sorry.
Gonna have to flag this now for obscenities.
And then he put
Obscenities?
the shank into the piece there.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that
That's
the
where the little
piece
tampers came from.
was, you know what I mean? Like anyway,
This is why we don't do video and why we edit our podcast. Unlike Michael Tamper.
No such thing.
I
But
I
yeah.
expect less editing now.
The concept of what he did to that, unbelievable.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have fountain pens where the maker made the rod with like the burled wood and then the
Yeah.
epoxy, the resin, is part of it, putting it together. But I have never seen it done like that for a briar to make a pipe. That was just incredible. That was really something else.
couldn't you extend the mold out and
And
cut?
make it just one complete thing.
Yeah, and cut the stem and everything at the same time.
You could. I don't see why you
You're
couldn't.
really stupid, Nate.
You wouldn't be able to remove the stem, obviously.
Well, yeah, that would be obvious, Jay. Yeah.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what
super
though?
dumb, Nate.
If he made it long enough, okay, think about it. If he made it long enough where then he can cut it to then create the mortise and tenon out of the materials
Mm.
and put it back together, the lines of the resin would be able to flow right through.
That's why I said it that way, because that's what I was thinking.
The problem with doing a pipe where your pipe and your stem are all one thing, you can't properly funnel the airway.
But if you do what Jay
funneled
said,
from the shank direction one way, then you have a funnel the other direction, and that
No, but we said if he made it long enough where he can cut it. This way, then you're cutting it and creating a stem portion to it.
gotcha.
So create the whole mold as if it was one pipe
right?
and then cut it.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Trying to.
I understand now.
I think if you did a Canadian that way, it would be freaking cool.
Oh yeah. Long slender shank
Yeah.
with that resin in there.
Now we're thinking.
That would be nice.
I think it'd be awesome.
I agree.
Why don't you do it?
You know what? If he took the resin, just like that with the briar, extended it out for the shank, but put the insert in there as well, in like a
Mhm.
burled wood, where
Yes.
it would, overlap into the resin just the way it did with the stumble portion.
Uh-huh.
And then you create it. That would really be something else.
Yeah. Be crazy.
The only thing I would be nervous about having the resin that close to the bowl is just what's the effects of having
The heat,
that the heat on that plastic material that close.
I don't know.
It's a great question.
For somebody who probably smokes a bowl once a week or puts it down and doesn't smoke it again for another couple months, maybe nothing. But if you're going to smoke 6, 7, 8 bowls a day and chew, like a choo-choo train, I don't know what it would do.
I do.
I'm not sure. How does the resin bind to the briar?
I was talking. Nate, you're on camera. They could definitely see what you just mouthed.
the mic there. You can't see.
I wasn't worried about like ill effects. I'm thinking about like the heat and like what does that do to that material?
Well, that's what I mean. Does it separate? Did you just go like this to change faces?
No, dude.
What are you, like a chameleon?
The faceless man, he can change his face at any time.
It's good
Take the-
stuff, guys.
Go ahead and pull that Velcro beard off. Let me see what you look like.
It's been a great one. It's been a good time, man.
All right. Well,
He has to edit now.
it's all right. I don't
You gotta
edit.
go to school.
Yeah, I gotta do school, and I gotta piss like a son of a gun.
Like sea,
Back to
with
the
like
plug?
sea biscuit.
Nate probably has to as well. We should probably get off here.
Jay
You-
probably
you-
does too.
You wear a skirt. So you just like go in a cup from over there?
I mean, I probably would if I wasn't on video, but
Well, you don't have to point it down there. I mean,
Exactly. I mean, the camera's above your waist.
I
Nobody
think
would
3
know.
times since we've been on this call.
yeah, we weren't actually asking to watch. We're saying it's a possibility.
Although
Give me a
Nate's
Gatorade bottle. I'm good.
Ah,
all right.
what time is it?
It's too late. Hurry up. Let's get done.
All right.
Got
Thanks
school.
for watching. Catch
Love
you
you
next month.
See you, boys.
Talk to you later.
The Bears.